Welcome you all to my today online class. Hope you all are quite okay and fine. Before going to start my today's lecture, first of all, I would like to introduce myself to all of you. My name is Mohammad Ghulam Moshed, lecturer of biology, Milestone College, Uttara Dhaka. Today, I am going to discuss about chapter 1, that is animal diversity and classification. Basically, I would like to discuss here the first four non-chordate phylum, that is Porifera, Cnidaria, Platyhelminthes and Nematoda. Now let's see the some animals belongs to the phylum Porifera, and these are the some phylum, some animal under the phylum Cnidaria, and these are the animals belongs to the phylum Platyhelminthes, and these are the some animals belongs to the phylum Nematoda. Now the chapter 1, animal diversity and classification. Now the learning output. After completing this lesson, student should be able to classify the non-chordate up to the phylum, tell the characteristics of non-chordates. Actually, phyla of animal kingdoms, non-chordates. There are 33 phyla in animal kingdom. Among these phyla, 9 are major and the rest of them are minor. Actually, the major or minor phyla is actually classified on the basis of the number of species and their ecological importances. There are 8 non-chordate phyla. These are the Porifera, Cnidaria, Platyhelminthes, Nematoda, Annelida, Arthropoda, Mollusca, and Echinodermata. Now let's see some peculiar animals belongs to the phylum Porifera. Actually, Porifera name is actually derived from the Latin word porus, which means pore, and the fera to bear. So you can say that Porifera is actually pore-bearing animal, and Porifera is also called the sponges, commonly called the sponges. This is the scientist Grant, 1836, first coined the name Porifera. Now, let's discuss about some important characteristic features of the phylum Porifera. Porifera phylum has several characteristic features. Some of the important features of the characteristic features of the Porifera will be discussed here today. Number 1, body with pores, which is ostia. Calcareous spicular found, conocyte flagellated cells are found. A body cavity called spongiocele, which open with osculum. Canal systems are present in the body. Now let's see the ostia. Actually, the whole body with pores, which is called the ostia. And another important feature of the phylum Porifera is the presence of the spicule or calcareous spicules are present. Special types of conocyte cells are also found in this phylum, and this cell is actually flagellated cell. And this is the spongiocele cavity which open into the outside through a opening which is called the osculum. So a body cavity which is called the spongiocele, which open with osculum. And the canal system, this is the very important or peculiar characteristic features of the phylum Porifera. The canal systems are present in the body. You see here some of the canal systems. Actually, water enter into the body through the ostia and exit from the body through the osculum. Now, some of the examples of the phylum Porifera, the Cyconogelatinosum. You see here the picture, and the Spongilla locustris. These are the examples of the phylum Porifera. Now let's discuss about the second non-coded phylum, that is the Cnidaria. And Cnidaria is actually comes from the Greek word nides, which means the nettle, and the Latin word area connected to it. Now, the head state during the 1888 first coined the name the Cnidaria. Now let's discuss about some of the important characteristic features of the phylum Cnidaria. The Cnidaria are actually diploblastic animal. Gastrovascular cavities present in the body. Cnidocele, special types of tingling cells found in the epidermis. Intra and extracellular digestion occur. Two basic types of individual polyp and medusae are present. Their exoskeletons form coral. Now, the diploblastic animal. Diploblastic animals means during the embryonic stages, the embryonic cells are arranged into two layers. That is which is called the ectoderm and endoderm. And the gastrovascular cavity is present in the body. Look at this. See here, there are the gastrovascular cavity. And special types of nidoblast cell is found in the epidermis, and this nidoblast cell is used for locomotion, prey capturing, and predation or defensive purposes. Now, the digestion is actually take places intracellular and extracellular. Intracellular means when digestion takes place inside the cells. This kinds of digestion is called the intracellular digestion. But when the digestion takes place outside of the cells, this kinds of cell division is called the extracellular digestion. Now, two basic types of individual polyps and medusae are found. Some are polyps are actually sessile, and medusae are free livings. But some animals have both stages are found one after another. Now, the coral, their exoskeleton forms coral. Now, let's see some examples of the animals belongs to the phylum Cnidaria. This is the Meridium senile and the Obelia caniculata, the examples of the Cnidaria phylum. Now let's discuss about our third phylum, that is Platyhelminthes. Platyhelminthes is derived from the name Platys, Greek name Platys, which means flat, and helminth means worm. So we can also say that this Platyhelminthes is also called the flatworm. Now let's discuss about some of the important characteristic features of the Platyhelminthes. The triploblastic and acylomet animal. They are triploblastic and acylomet animal. They don't have any xylem or body cavity, and they are triploblastic because during the embryonic stages, the embryonic cells are arranged into three layers: ectoderm, mesoderm, and endoderm. That's why they are triploblastic. The body is soft and dorsoventrally flattened. Phloem cells are found in excretory system. Internal body space is filled with parenchyma or mesenchyme. The triploblastic and acylomet animal. Look at the figure here. During the embryonic stages, the ectoderm, mesoderm, and endoderm layer are found. And the body is soft and dorsoventrally flattened. The phloem cells are found in excretory system. Look at the figure here. This is the phloem cells. The internal body space is filled with parenchyma or mesenchyma because they are acylomet. There is no internal body cavity, and this body cavity is actually filled with parenchyma or mesenchyme. Now let's some of the look at the some animals belongs to the phylum Platyhelminthes, the Tinea solium and the Fasciola hepatica, which is also called the liver fluke. These are the examples of the phylum Platyhelminthes. And the fourth non-coded phylum, that is the Nematoda. Nematoda names is actually derived from the nematos, which means thread. This is also called the threadworm or roundworm. Now let's discuss about some of the important characteristics, features of the nematoda. The body is elongated, tubular, circular with tapering in. Pseudocoelomates. Elementary canal is complete, branchless and straight. Mouth opening is encircled with characteristic leaf. The body is elongated. Look at the figure here. The body is elongated, tubular, cuticular, with tapering both it. Pseudocoelomate. The body cavity is also called the pseudocoelomate. Pseudocoelomate means the body cavity is not lined by the mesodermal peritoneum layer, and it is actually lined by the muscle. The alimentary canal is complete, branched and straight. The mouth opening is encircled with characteristic leaves. Now, some examples of the animals belongs to the phylum Nematoda. This is the Ascaris lumbricoides, which is also commonly known as roundworm, and this is the Loa loa. Now the teamwork. The group A, they identify the above two animals and write down two characteristics of the phylum. Group B, identify the above two animals and write down two characteristics of the phylum. Now the evaluation. Mr. Rafik was amazed by watching a porous animal which is preserved in the college museum. Rafik also saw a 5-year-old baby with a swollen belly and was suffering from malnutrition on the way to college. Rafik was informed by a doctor that a special tubular and parasitic animal species had grown in the belly that is responsible for malnutrition like the baby that's seen by the Rafik. What is phylum cell? What is mean by canal system? Explain the phylogenetic characteristics of the porous animal that mentioned in this team. Analyze the parasitic adaptation of the animal, the grown in the belly of the baby. Now the homework. Make list of the characteristics of any three phylum that have already discussed here today. Thank you everybody for your passion sharing. I think today's lecture was the very effective lecture for all of us. I am requesting you all to watch my video lecture for several times so that you can understand each and every topic that I have already discussed here today. If you have any queries regarding today's lecture, feel free to ask me, or you can also ask your respective subject teacher regarding your queries. Thank you everybody. Thank you all.